channel, and this is my first like official video that I'm gonna like sit and kind of start filming. So I'm gonna start continuing to read The Ashes and the Starkest King by Carissa Broadbent. I started this book a couple of days ago and I'm currently on page 120, but I'm gonna film clips over the next couple of days of me reading this and kind of getting through it, my reactions and stuff. I really enjoyed book one. I haven't read the novella in between. I know I should. I might have to like grab my Kindle and read it before like getting too far in. So ignore my fringe. I don't know what's going on. I cut it myself, which I've cut it myself for months, and this time it just didn't go right, I don't think. So I've just kind of been letting it do whatever it wants to do. If it wants to go into cam-bangs, if it wants to do whatever, I'm just letting it do what it wants to do because it's annoying me. But I have a DBC order that I really want to show some things that I have that I got. So I got 4 of the new bookmarks, which are so cute. So I got the cottagecore one, the fairy tale one, the romancy one, and the bookish one, and they're all so cute. And then which they're like A5 calendar spreads like this. Trying to get it to not focus on my face. And they're each month is like double-sided, and it comes with like a little block that you can put whatever month it is. So where's actually the January one? I've already lost it. Here it is. I found it. It's like this side is so cute. This side is also so cute. I'm gonna have it this side because this side matches my room. And I think maybe I'll put it on my bookshelf. Yeah, I put it there. I think it looks all good there. I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm now on page 166. I'm hoping to get to part 4 in this book today, which is page 272. So just over 100 pages from where I am. I can't really say loads because it is the second book and I don't want to spoil it for the people that haven't read it. But if you know, you know. Do you know what I mean? But I really am enjoying the characters, and I really am enjoying how the story's gone from like the end of the first book to now, and I'm excited to see how it continues. And I'm hoping to finish this book probably tomorrow, if not on Wednesday, because I have some other reading plans I'm so excited about. But yeah, so if you're on the same side of TikTok as I am, is anyone else getting the Barbie and Ken edits of the audio that's going I will fall in love with you over and over again no matter how, where or when? That one. It's just made me think though of Lily and Loam, and it's making me want to reread the Addicted series, and I don't even want to read anything else but reread the Addicted series now. So I think we're probably gonna have to put The Ashes and the Starkest King on a little pause while we read this, because I think I have to read this. This is a reread. I've read this book. This will be my 3rd read of this book. So I first read it in the April of 2022, then reread it in 2023. So I'll be I didn't reread the series in 2024, so it'll be my first reread in a little while. And I love Lily and Loam so much, and I think I might just have to reread. I don't know whether this little vlog is going to turn into a addicted reading vlog. I don't know whether I'll just read this and get back into this, but we'll see. I did get a decent amount through this today. I got up to page 196. I was on live on TikTok and I was trying to read. I didn't really read much because I was just chatting away, but I did get up to page 196. So I did make a decent chunk into this book today. I think I started and I was on page like 70. I can only read this right now, and I think I'm just gonna have to start it. This is my favourite. This is my favourite book in the series. My favourite book in the series. I'm not ready. But this, I'm so ready. So I ended up continuing Addicted to You, starting it last night, continuing it off this morning. I got up to page 60 this morning. Definitely going to be continuing this. It's so nice to be back in the world and be back in Krista and Becca Ritchie's writing. I've not read a book by them since I think about the start of August, when I finished off the Like Us series, which is crazy. So it's so weird like being back in their world, but also it's just so good to be back in their world and their writing and the characters. Like seeing all the characters makes me literally want to cry at every single chapter, which I'm not even being dramatic, but I'm definitely going to be continuing this off today. I don't know whether I'll finish it, but I do want to get a decent amount in. But I am still going to continue The Ashes and the Starkest King. I want to continue it. I think I'm just going to like switch between the both, and then I'll just update when I have some little reading updates. I am continuing to read Addicted. I'm now on page 138, but I just wanted to share this quote, which I just love because it really shows like Lo's journey like already. And he says, "I want to love you more than I love this." He waves his bottle, and I don't know how else to do it unless there's something to lose. I actually just love them so much. And then it says, "The stakes have become much greater. If I fail, that means I cheat on him. And if he fails, that means he may drive me to cheat. Either way, I will be alone and empty. We've never entertained the idea of being together, in part because we've never ready to make small sacrifices like less drinking, no more one-night stands. I'll need to find the thrill elsewhere. 3 years later, and drowning in lies, we've suddenly prepared to lose everything for the chance at something real. We're so terrible at so many things, remembering important dates, college, making friends, but one thing we've always been halfway decent at is being together. We owe ourselves to try." I love them so much. So I have just finished Addicted. Oh, well, did I finish it or did it finish me? There were tears. I don't know what I expected. 5-star, obviously. I don't typically change my ratings when I reread anyway, unless they get better. And I think this is already down as a 5-star, but I just love the series and the couple and their story, and seeing even like the development from like the first chapter of this book to now till the end of this book. There's so much character development just in that 340 pages. Honestly, it's crazy. I think I'm gonna update my reading journal first, and then we'll get into reading a bit more of The Ashes and the Starkest King. I have continued reading The Ashes and the Starkest King. I'm now on page 275. However, I am not enjoying this book as much as I did the first book in the series. I think it's because I didn't connect to the characters in book 1. So but I was invested in the plot in book 1. But I'm not invested in the plot in book 2 as much as I was in book 1. And because I didn't like connect to the characters in book 1 either, it's making it a little bit harder for me to want to pick this up. I think because book 1 had the tournament aspect, and I love a tournament aspect in a book normally, and it didn't focus on the characters as much. I'm gonna probably pick up Ricochet by Krista Mekarichi. This is the next book in the Addicted series. It's super short, it's like 250 pages. It takes place literally over like 3 months. I'm probably gonna end up binging this tonight. So in the last clip you would have seen, I was saying that I was going to pick up Ricochet, but it's now the next morning and I didn't pick up Ricochet. I ended up continuing The Ashes and the Starkest King last night, and I got up to page 306, I think, and I'm getting further into the story that I'm like starting to enjoy it more, which is really good. So I think I'm just going to continue reading that, and if I end up picking up Ricochet, I will. But I think for now we're going to just focus on reading The Ashes and the Starkest King because I was really enjoying it last night. I was on Mel's live doing reading sprints. I only actually ended up doing 2 sprints, but I ended up getting quite a bit of reading done in those sprints, and it was enough that it's made me want to continue reading the book, which is really nice because obviously my thoughts on the book in the last clip didn't really want to continue it that much, but I do really want to continue it now, and I'm definitely going to be picking it up today. I don't think I'm going to finish it today, which was my original goal, but that's fine. I think if I do finish it, that would be crazy because I have like 400 pages left, but I think I'm about 44% through the book. I did pick up on my Kindle a bit last night and kind of switch. I don't know whether I'm going to continue switching. So I have actually just started binging this book. Like, all of a sudden, I'm absolutely obsessed and I want to know what's going to happen. I think like we hit like the halfway point and now I'm like, okay, I literally want to just finish this book. I'm so obsessed. I'm now on page 447. So I have like under 300 pages to go. And honestly, like I can't really say what's happening because obviously it is the second book. I don't want to spoil it or anything, but it's absolutely, what's happening right now is I just want to continue. And I'm definitely going to be continuing this today. Like, I could finish it today, honestly, just because I am so obsessed with it that like I don't think that's going to take me very long at all. Like, I sat down to read like 20 pages and I ended up reading like nearly 100. So crazy stuff's happening. So I have just finished The Ashes and the Starkest King. My thoughts on the book have very much gone back to how they were before. It's a 3-star read for me, which isn't a bad rating. It's an average rating. I would still recommend the series. I just don't think it was for me in particular. I really enjoyed the first book. I think I gave the first book like 4.5 stars, and I think because I didn't connect to the characters in book 1, I didn't care about going into them in book 2. So the part of the book that I was really enjoying, which was the last clip, which was just the halfway point, when I kind of just got past kind of the plot point that was happening, I then very much kind of lost my urge to read it. I did sit and I did kind of binge the rest because I knew that when I could feel it going down, I was like, I need to finish this, otherwise I'm not gonna, like, it's not gonna go back up unless I keep reading. And it just kind of stayed at a pretty easy pace. Yeah, it was like a 3-star read. I do recommend the duology. I do recommend the series, but I am still gonna read The Songbird and the Heartstone, which is book 3, because this is technically a different, so it's the same series because the series is The Crowns of Nyaxia, but you have like duets and novellas in the series. So this is the new duet, which is the Shadowborn duet. And I really like this character. This is probably one of the only characters that I feel invested in. I really like her character, Misha's character. So because this is her book, I'm thinking I'm going to enjoy this one a lot more because I like her as a character. I didn't particularly care for Rain and Araya, but so I'm going to continue the series, but I feel like if I don't really like this one, then I probably won't read any more of her writing because I have previously DNF'd the Daughter of Lost Hearts. What's it called? Her other series. I DNF'd the first book about 100 pages in. I just didn't connect. The characters, wasn't invested in the plot or anything. And honestly, I found the writing quite hard, but because they were her previous, I didn't feel like that with the other 2 books I've read by her. But I guess we'll just see. I'm not really too sure what I'm going to read now. I kind of want something easy that I'm going to be able to get through, and then I need to focus on my TBR for the month because I've read 1 of the 6 books that I put on my TBR for the month. So I obviously didn't really know what I wanted to read, and I ended up going on Chloe Dumblon Club live and asking Chloe pick a number between 1 and 54 because that's how many books are on my physical TBR, which has grown significantly, which is not good. But she ended up picking the number 33, which ended up being Heavenly Bodies. I really wanted to read this book. I only got it on Saturday, so that's why it's like kind of in the forefront of my mind of me like wanting to read it because it's new. But I saw Emmy Rossum, and she read this book in her newest video. It was like BookTubers Choose My Reads, and she read this book and she absolutely loved it. And there's a couple books I've read that she's recommended that I've really enjoyed. So I think I'm gonna go into this and hopefully I really enjoy it. If not, I'll be kind of upset because I actually saw it in the shop and I was kind of debating whether to buy it. And then I saw the quote that's on the back. It says, "I would turn the world to darkness for you." And that's what got me wanting to read this book. So I'm hoping it's not a flop and it's really good. And yes, it's not a book that's on my TBR for the month, but honestly at this point it's TBR who, because I'm not reading any books that are on my TBR. So I did start Heavenly Bodies last night. I'm currently on page 55, which is chapter 8 through this book. I'm really enjoying it. Thoughts right now, I'm really enjoying the characters. I really like Alara of her, and I really like the dynamic between Alara and Lorenzo. Like, he said something and she went, "Do you kiss your mother with that mouth?" And I was like, hello. I was like, hello. I was like, is that in for the Marvel girlies? But I'm really enjoying this book so far, and I'm definitely wanting to continue it when I get home. And like, I really want the day to be over so I can continue it when I get home. It's like 8 o'clock. I've got to leave in like 50 minutes and I'm not ready for work yet. So that's fun. But I'm really enjoying this so far, and I definitely can't wait to pick it up when I get home and continue in the story. And I really liked how at the start of the book the story literally gets straight into it, which I really enjoyed, because there's not that like 100 pages at the start of the fantasy book that it's just like world building and everything. It literally gets straight into it and you start learning the world as you're already in it. And I really after the clip from yesterday morning, I didn't read a lot last night, so I didn't update last night, but I'm gonna update this morning and then I'll update later on before I go to bed, or I'll update in the morning, and then we'll wrap this video up. But I'm now on page 113. I'm still really enjoying it, which is really nice. I'm definitely enjoying how the story's going and the plot's going and the character dynamics are changing and growing, and I'm really enjoying like the way that the plot's going wasn't how I expected to go, and I'm really enjoying getting like a deeper look into Alara as a character and Lorenzo as a character as well, which is really nice. But I'm definitely going to be continuing it later on tonight. But I just wanted to update and say that I'm still really enjoying it, and I'm definitely going to continue it tonight. I don't know how much. The book is taking me longer to read than I thought. Not even because I'm at work, but the book actually takes me longer to read when I'm reading it, so I don't get as much reading done in the morning, even though I'm reading for the same amount of time. I'm not getting very many pages through, which is fine. But normally I'm quite a quick-paced reader, and that's not the case with this book, which is fine. So this is our last update of the vlog, but of Heavenly Bodies I did end up getting up to page 149, which is in chapter 19. I didn't end up finishing the chapter, but I was really enjoying it this morning, and I ended up taking my book to work with me and reading a bit on my break, which I don't typically do, but I just so wanted to. And then I honestly had like an hour, maybe like 2.5 hours left of the day, and I honestly could not get this book out of my brain. And I have come home and I did read a bit more. I'm now on page 149, but I think this morning when I left I was on page like 113, maybe even earlier. So yeah, but I'm really enjoying it, and if you want to see my final thoughts, they'll either be over on my TikTok, which is in the description below, or my Goodreads, which is also in the description below. But I can't wait to finish the book off over the next couple days. But thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next week. Bye.